We're now a third of the way through 2025 and recently passed the first 100 days mark of the Trump administration. The year has flown by amidst a flurry of executive orders and administrative actions, cabinet confirmations, attempts to dismantle the CFPB, leadership changes at the GSEs, market volatility, tariffs, and so much more. And I didn't even mention the tax negotiations that are now ramping up in Congress, poised to suck up a lot of oxygen over the summer. I can assure you that MBA remains actively engaged with lawmakers and key staff to ensure that current pro-housing tax provisions remain protected in any reconciliation package that's voted on and signed into law this year. Now I want to discuss two important issues that we're focused on right now on your behalf. The first is trigger leads. Last month during our National Advocacy Conference, and in direct response to our industry-leading advocacy efforts, Representatives Rose and Torres and Senators Hagerty and Reed reintroduced the Homebuyers Privacy Protection Act for the 119th Congress. The bill is virtually identical to last year. It limits the use of mortgage trigger leads to the borrower's current servicer, loan originator, and depository account holder. In other words, it's those with an existing relationship and the ability to make a firm offer of credit. The bill took a big step forward last week where it was noticed at a House Financial Services Subcommittee hearing. This means that the bill is poised for an upcoming committee markup where the bill will be debated and voted on. MBA has already begun a full court press to convince committee members to pass our bill and send it to the full House for a vote. We're hearing that markup session could be later in May, just before Memorial Day. If you haven't already, join the Mortgage Action Alliance call to action and tell your elected officials to co-sponsor and push for swift action on the House and Senate companion bills. Go to mba.org/MAA to act. The second item I want to mention is our ongoing work with HUD Secretary Turner and his team to identify ways for HUD to make its single-family and multifamily lending programs less costly and more able to serve borrowers. On the multifamily side, and at HUD's urging, we recently sent a letter with a list of recommended changes to environmental regulations that we believe should be rescinded or curtailed to help improve housing supply and renter affordability. Many of the environmental requirements we identified, including for vibration, noise, migratory birds, and more, are not in any statute or regulation, add significant expense and time to multifamily projects, and limit new development. We are encouraging HUD to cut the red tape and focus on the program's core function of providing access to FHA mortgage insurance for the development of quality multifamily housing. We're hopeful to see meaningful changes from HUD on these regulations very soon. Also in the FHA multifamily space, we are encouraged and sent a supportive press statement following Senator Ruben Gallego, Democrat of Arizona, and Dave McCormick, Republican of Pennsylvania's recent bipartisan bill introduction to increase FHA multifamily statutory loan limits. MBA has long advocated for Congress to update these loan limits, which haven't been changed since 2003. That's more than 20 years. They need to be adjusted to levels that are consistent with current housing and economic conditions. We will push for the introduction of companion legislation in the House and passage in both chambers as soon as possible. After 22 years, it's time to act. Overall, these are just some of the ways we're working with the federal agencies and Congress to lower the cost of housing, increase supply, and help your businesses succeed. That's just a few of the things that are happening in DC right now. As always, don't hesitate to contact me or anyone at MBA anytime with your questions or comments. You can always email me at bob@mba.org.